On the way home from Heroes, I stopped and got some more comics. Hey guys, it's Eric at SideQuest Comics, and as you heard, I stopped and got a little bit detoured on the way home from Heroes Con. Yes, I found a comic store on the way home from a big weekend con. So yeah, that's kind of what this video is touching on. And this is something I like to do when I travel a little bit. Is I stop and you check out the food, maybe the sights to see, like parks and stuff, and comic stores. Why not? So yeah, so this was not intended to be a out and about comic trip type of thing. So basically, let me break it down to you. So we planned on the way home from Heroes Con in Charlotte to stop in West Virginia, Point Pleasant to be specific, to go to the Mothman Museum that's there. Now, a little background if you guys don't know what the Mothman is. I'm going to put up a little bit of video here, and I'm going to talk about the Mothman. So the Mothman basically is a legendary creature who's associated with the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. He's first reported kind of in the mid-60s. Now, the Mothman is one of those cryptids like Bigfoot and Jersey Devil and stuff like that. And he's basically described as a large winged humanoid with glowing red eyes, and is often associated with like UFO sightings and other paranormal phenomena like ghosts and all that type of stuff. And the creature's allegedly appearances are connected to like disasters. So specifically in 1967, the collapse of the Silver Bridge in the town of Point Pleasant. Now, there's a lot of people that are super, superstitious about this, that when you see the Mothman, something's going to happen, something bad. While some consider him to be a harbinger of doom, others embrace him as a symbol of the town's unique folklore. So that's basically what the Mothman is. If you guys want to know more about the Mothman, there's tons of documentaries out there. Me and the wife, Mrs. SideQuest, we love cryptid stuff. We love Bigfoot. We love ghost hunting and all that kind of stuff. So this was kind of a once in a, I don't want to say once in a lifetime, but it was one of those opportunities that on our way home, because we drove from Chicago all the way down to Heroes Con, on the way home to make it one of our pit stops is to stop there, go to the museum. Now, wasn't able to record any of the stuff in the actual museum proper, but as you saw, they got, that cool gift shop, and going outside, they have I think that was just like early 2000s, they erected that statue, that big silver statue that they warned us on that day not to touch because it was over 90 degrees and he was super hot. So that's basically what, the Mothman was. So what I wanted to do is show you guys some of the things that we picked up at the museum. As you saw some of that footage, there was a ton of stuff that, that tchotchke type stuff and touristy stuff. But they did have some cool stuff. So amongst the cool stuff, of course, we got our tourist shirts. And I got this one because I thought it was cool. It's like the Batman logo. And then other cool ones like this that has, the Mothman logo on it. And of course, wife got one too. And I couldn't help but, like I said, there's a lot of documentaries and movies based on this whole myth and legend of the Mothman. Well, we found a cool book to read that's kind of like it recounts some of the sightings and stuff like that. Interesting read, not a very big book, but this stuff fascinates us, this cryptid stuff. And little, like I said, cool stuff that they had, like stickers, which I think this one was free. And like I said, I'm a Bigfoot fan, so they had Bigfoot stickers, a little Mothman sticker, some more Bigfoot stickers. But Mrs. SideQuest thought that was cool because it's Irish, What else do we got here? Some more. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stickers. Here's a neat one of Bigfoot. And then, of course, another one, a little 8-bit Mothman. And they had some cool patches. Like I said, I'm a Bigfoot fan, and I thought this one was cool because it looks like a little official patch that you would find at a zookeeper. I think they had a couple different cryptid type ones like this, but yeah, this is the chupacabra eating the goats and stuff like that. So, and I know I saw Jersey Devil and UFO stuff, and they had like something to do with Men in Black and all that. So that was some of the stuff that I got at the Mothman Museum and checking it out. Now, wouldn't you know, when we're walking around town checking out the sites, we actually walked down to where the old bridge was and stuff, which was about a block down. We ended up finding a comic store. So, like I said before, I do like to stop in, when you're traveling, different stores and stuff. Whether I used to do this with gaming stores a lot, just to check out what they got to offer, compare it to other stores that you visit. It's kind of a fun thing to see because sometimes you never know what you're going to find at a store that you've never been to. You never know. It's a different, area, maybe different taste in that area. So there'll be different things, available and for sale there. So the store we found was Brown's Corner Comics and Collectibles. It was just right down the street, block or two. So I get harassed a little bit by the FOMO squad about me going into a comic store after a big weekend con. But what I'm going to do is I'll pop up a quick video and we'll talk real quick about the Brown's Corner. Brown's Corner was a cool little store to check out. They had mainly a lot of Funkos. They had a lot of card games like Pokemon and Magic and stuff, but they did have comic stock and stuff there. It was very collector, oriented. I mean, they had action figures in there. They did have some dollar bins that I flipped through maybe one box really quick. Just after spending the whole weekend doing that, I kind of didn't really want to do that. But I did go through some of their back stock. And I found some cool stuff there, and they gave me a pretty good deal on stuff. But yeah, just walking around, a lot of card type stuff, a lot of little stuff. I think some of the stickers that I showed off early, I did get from here. But yeah, it was a really cool place to check out. So if you guys are ever in that area, in the Point Pleasant, West Virginia area, there you go. There's two things that you could do to swing off the highway, and it wasn't really far off the highway too, to go in, check out the Mothman Museum, check out this cool Brown's Corner comic store, and maybe you'll find some cool stuff at both these places. But so what I want to do next is actually I want to show you guys off some of the stuff I got. I got a few things besides a cool t-shirt, so let me go and grab my stack. Okay, so what did I get at Brown's Corner? So like I said, I did find some cool stickers. I got one of their stickers. I think I already showed the other one. And then they had these kind of cool things. They're like old hotel keys. Let me see if I can get the focus. There we go. With their logo on it. I thought it was kind of neat. It's like an old school keychain. So I thought that was kind of neat. And so, like I mentioned, action figures. So the first thing that I got was they had a lot of them, but I saw this, and I've never seen this series of Transformers Red. It looked pretty cool. I got it. It looks like it's based on the cartoons. So if you guys see this series, pick this up. It's kind of a neat series. So here, let me show you guys the figure that's based on the cartoon, which I like. And I am a sucker for these jets. I don't know if he's coming in very good here. But yeah, super posable. He doesn't transform. That's the difference. He's more of an action figure, not like the traditional Transformers. But I'm okay with that. I really like that. And I did go online to see what other ones they had in the series. They do have a Shockwave. I think they had Galvatron in this series and Optimus. So I may pick up some of the other ones. I think there's a couple other figures. I can't remember what the other ones I saw online. But I like how posable they are, and I like that they're based on the cartoon. Very cool. I like that they have this little add-on for the guns, which is kind of neat. It's something that Hasbro likes doing with their their superhero line too. So I got that one. I think it was only $20 too, so it wasn't too bad. But it's a comic store, right, guys? What kind of comics did I find? Well, I found some good stuff. So I'm going to start off with 3 right off the bat that I'm surprised I did not have these, because this used to be one of my favorite movies in 1991, and I found Terminator T2 Judgment Day. So 1, 2, and 3, the whole series of Terminator. So let me try to get it without a glare for you guys. So I got number 1, number 2 with Arnold and John Connor there. Yeah, this came out kind of in long with the movie. I think it was a movie adaptation, because James Cameron actually has some credits to the comics in here. And it's Klaus Janson that did the covers here, which if you look at number 1 here, that is pretty darn, that's a pretty good version of Arnold. It's like almost straight. It's just comic book a little bit, but yeah, that's a good portrait of him. It really has the likeness, I think. And then that's a very iconic thing for the movie. So yeah, 1, 2, and 3 all in one big bundle there. They were only $2 a piece, and like I said before, they gave me a little bit of a deal. Just starting to talk to them. Very nice people. That's what I like. It's one of those hometown stores that I have a feeling that they have a lot of regulars that just come and hang out and just, chit chat, shoot the breeze type of thing. So that was one of the first things I picked up. Next up, another one that I'm surprised that I don't have, and I've never picked it up, being a fan of this franchise, Aliens, Predator, the Deadliest Species. So this is number 1. It's a 12-issue series, which I don't really remember this. I mean, it's part of Dark Horse Comics run when they had the Alien and Predator trademark. So, but this one, it's written by Chris Claremont. Now, the cover artist here is John Bolton, but Jackson Butch Geis, who recently passed away, did the interiors on this. So, yeah, I mean, it's another one. I'm surprised I did not have this. And again, I think, what did I spend? $2 on this. Not bad. It was the only one in the series I had, so I was kind of glad that it was just the number 1s. I have a habit of picking up number 1s, just even if I'm slightly curious, just a habit for the collector aspect. And I really don't care about grade and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one to add to the collection. I mean, I'm tapping into some of my early teens right there with those ones. Okay, this next series is also tapping into my childhood a little bit. And this is one of those series that it's got quite a few issues, and I never see them. I always ever see number 1. Well, I came across Wacky Raceland number 1. This is C, and I also got E. So these both came out in 2016. And the first one here is Penelope Pitstop variant cover. This is by Tommy Lee Edwards. And the second one that I got here, variant cover, is that's Dick Dastardly, who's drawn by Dave Johnson there. So yeah, like I said, I don't normally see this series. For some reason, I keep coming across number 1. I didn't realize there were so many variant covers, but the fact that this was my 70s childhood, I love these old cartoons, and I'll touch on 70s cartoons in a minute here. But yeah, I will pick these up because they're just kind of cool covers. So next up, I got 2 books from the same series. This is Conan the Barbarian, Volume 3, that came out in 2019 and ran. The second one came out in 2021. So this is number 6. This is the straight cover. But this next one is number 25, and this is a variant cover. Now, this is a series that had writers like Jason Aaron on it, Jim Zub, and both of these actually finished the run for me. So it wasn't a very long series. It went into the 20s, and that was about it. I really like this variant cover. I've never seen that. And this one, like I said, I needed both of these to finish the run. So I didn't care that this was a variant. It finished the run for me. So very cool to finish that one. Now you just got to finish the original run. And then sticking with Conan, another one that finishes the run for me is King Conan. So this is a more modern run of King Conan. It's number 3, came out in 2022. Look at that cover too. That's a pretty cool cover. Conan battling. I like the apes. He's battling some crazy apes. I'm a sucker for apes on a cover. But this is also Jason Aaron. And this one finishes a run for me. Like I said, it was only a 6-issue run. It wasn't super long that Marvel did. But yeah, very cool series. It's one of those series that it took me a while to put together just because I never saw it. And this was one of those series that it was a cheap series to put together when I did see them. What did I spend for this one? This one was $4, which isn't too bad, I guess. That's kind of an average price for a back issue. I mean, it's like mint. It don't even look like somebody read it type of thing. So very happy to finish that run off, though. Now, this one, I keep telling myself I'm not collecting till I finish my Supergirl runs, but it's a Batgirl one. And this is Batgirl's #1. It's a variant cover by, let's see if I can say this right, In Hyuk Lee. I probably butchered the name, but yeah, this is a cool variant cover. We got Cassandra Cain there, and I think that's Huntress there. But this is also the first full appearance of the Seer. I don't remember who that is exactly. But yeah, this is 1E, just one of those cool variant covers that they would do, the like cardboard cover. I think this was before they gave you the regular cover inside too. So yeah, I think this is the only one I have of Batgirls. Being a #1, I'm okay with grabbing it. Like I said, I got to hurry up and finish getting those Supergirls so I can go full steam on all the Batgirl series. Now, the last thing that I got at Brown's Corner, like I mentioned before, I am a sucker for, those cartoon books from my childhood. A lot of people like collecting Disney. For me, it is Hanna-Barbera. So this is Hanna-Barbera. It's actually only called TV Stars. I thought it was Hanna-Barbera when I was first looking this up, but there's other ones that are Hanna-Barbera Superheroes, I think is what the other one is called. And, they got Scooby and stuff like that. But this one is just called TV Stars. It's based on the old cartoon series that they had in the late 70s. This one came out in 1978. And it has basically 3 stories in it. And oh my gosh, this character right here, both of these, I remember watching so much as a kid. Captain Caveman, I absolutely loved him with his teen angels. He was basically a prehistoric superhero, which, is comedy. And then, of course, Grape Ape there, I was fascinated with. At that time, I think King Kong, the remake was just coming out. So King Kong kind of was a big deal. Again, it's like they revitalized, that whole genre of giant monsters a little bit. And yeah, Grape Ape was a big giant purple ape that would sit on a van, and his little buddy that was like I think it was a beagle, used to drive him around. They get in different adventures, and they kind of show some of the other characters down here in the bottom. So I don't remember all of these characters' names. I mean, there's these 3 ghosts. There's a little elephant detective guy. I do remember that. But yeah, kind of cool to, it's in really good shape. And this was the most expensive book I bought. He had $15 on it. Don't think I paid $15. We add all this up. I think maybe $40 total or something like that for all these. With a $20 figure type of things. So they gave me a really good deal there. But yeah, TV Stars, Hanna-Barbera goodness. Well, there you go, guys. There is my little bit of out and about haul that I got from Brown's Corner, and of course, the Mothman Museum. So let me know what you guys thought of these pickups, my little detour that I made on the way home from Heroes Con. What was your favorite pickup? Are you interested in the cryptids? So this would be a hot spot for you to check out. Let me know down below in the comments. And while you're at it, if you haven't done yet, please consider giving me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And like I said, comment down below. I love reading you guys' comments and, interacting with you guys that way. And while you're at it, head over to Instagram and give me a follow there. Like some of the posts that I do. I try to do daily posts, and whether it's, showing off a theme, Mutant Monday book, or maybe even just like what I pick up on Wednesdays in a reel or a short type of thing. So make sure you guys check all that stuff out. Well, guys, that's all I got for you at this quick video of my detour stop into Point Pleasant, West Virginia. If you're passing through, make sure you check out the Mothman Museum and a cool little local comic store. Until next time, guys, happy questing, and we'll talk to you next time.